Hi guys, and welcome to part 2 of this polymer clay material guide. If you haven't seen the first one yet, you can find the link in the description below. And as always, don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you want to get some polymer clay inspiration. So in this video, I'm going to share a bunch of more great tools and materials that I use all the time when it comes to creating in polymer clay. So let's get started with the first one, which is aluminum foil. I mainly use this for two things. The first thing is that if you squish it up, you can use it to create a cookie-like texture. But you can also use it as a base to have inside a bigger creation to save clay and to make it a lot lighter. And the next thing is really basic but also very useful. I have a white paper that I use as a surface to work on, and if you don't take the top one on the pile, it is going to be really clean and free of any dust, so it's great to use as a surface, and you can also use it to make little sketches for designs that you want to create. And number 3 is a small round cookie cutter. These are perfect for creating things like pancakes or the inside of a cake. And the next one is a toothbrush. The best type is obviously a clean one, but it also helps if it is flat on the surface, and you can use it to make textures when you don't want it to be completely flat. And if you want to make jewelry like charms or necklaces, you are also going to need some jumprings and eyepins. You can find them really cheap on eBay, but also in most craft stores. And you are also going to need some pliers to put everything into place. And I like to also use some Superglue to make sure that the eyepin stays in after baking it. And if you watch my videos, you probably already know that I use a lot of glitter. And the type that I've got is made for nail art, and you can find it on places like eBay and most places that sell nail art supplies. And to make the glitter stick, you need to use glaze, and I've actually made an entire video about that, so if you want to learn more about it, you can check that out. And something that I don't do a lot, but works great with some designs, is to use dry pastels. By using a really soft brush, you can create a realistic shading to things like bread, cookies, or other types of food. And as I mentioned in the first part of this video series, you can also add it to transparent liquid clay to give it some color. And something else that I don't use a lot, but is perfect for some projects, is straws. And when making something like a puzzle piece, you can use it to cut out a perfectly round piece. And tape can also be something that is good to have around. I use it to protect the surface when mixing liquid clay or paint. And you can also use it as a help when you want to create straight lines with paint. And a pretty big tool that can be really useful is a pasta machine. Since this is a lot bigger and more expensive than everything else that I've mentioned in this video, it is really not something that you need as a beginner, but it is great for when you want to mix colors or flattening out the clay, and also when you want to make bigger batches of things in clay. And lastly, what should you use when you bake the clay? What I do is that I use a small Ovensafe glass container with a piece of parchment paper on the bottom. And if you need some support for some parts of the clay while baking, you can use anything that is safe for the oven, or you can just use a piece of aluminum foil. And that was actually everything for this video. I really hope that this could answer some of your questions about what you need or can use when creating in clay. And also I should mention that I really don't think that you need to get everything that I mentioned in this video. You can definitely create a lot by just using your hands and the clay, but hopefully these videos could inspire you to use some more tools and materials. And I've also made a little list below with everything that I've talked about in this video. And lastly, I just really hope that you guys enjoyed this video, and if you have ideas for what you would like me to do next, you can just let me know in the comments. Have an awesome day, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!